What was the moment when you knew that performing was going to be your life's passion and work?
I never thought I'd end up as an actor. That was never my intention. You know, I used to have a very great fantasy life in my attic bedroom, and I, you know, had an applause record, and I had a gooseneck lamp that gave me lighting, because even at 14 I needed lighting, and pretended to have an imaginary television show on the CBC every other Tuesday night. So my schedule left time for my imaginary film career. And, but then I went into pre-meds. I was going to be a doctor because it didn't seem real to me. It didn't seem, I wanted to be successful. And I didn't want to, I didn't think, it was too dreamy to be an actor. So I thought, you know, and then after a couple of years in pre-meds, I thought, wait a second, I don't care. I think I have to like science more. So I switched to social work, and then I was at McMaster University, gave me more schedule freedom to now first time I was doing theater and really loving it. And at the end of my fourth year, Eugene Levy said, you know, he was a couple years older and he was already a struggling actor in Toronto. He said, you should give this a try. You have talent. And so I made a pact with myself to take a year off school. And that was 1972. So I immediately got a production, this great production of Godspell in Toronto with a lot of spectacular people. Gilda Radner and Andrea Martin and Victor Garber and Eugene and Dave Thomas and Paul Schaefer and Jane Eastwood, et cetera, et cetera. And for me, it was, I think all of us couldn't believe we weren't in school anymore and we got to do this and get paid.
So Godspell may have been the moment that gave you the confidence that you could do it.
Well, I think that had I not worked in that first year that I was taking off, I know I would have gone back to school and that would have been it. Because I wanted to be able to look in the mirror at 50 and say, maybe you should have taken a year off and tried being an actor. Oh, that's right, you did, and nothing happened. Okay. I was very logical even then.
What was the best advice you ever got?
I don't remember getting any great advice, to be quite honest. I think the best advice I now give young actors, which took me years to learn, is to not take any of this seriously, which young actors do very much. They don't get the part and they think, oh, I blew it, I read badly, I was terrible. And then when you're on the other side of the table auditioning people, it becomes very clear, oh, wait a second, 90% of the choices are based on how you look, how tall you are, how old you are. No one cares how you read, you know? So it's easy to say don't take it personally, but that is the greatest advice you can get.
How does engagement and excellence in the arts contribute and strengthen our culture, do you think?
Well, the arts are a huge fundamental element of the culture. We become empowered by the right to express our dissatisfaction with the government through the arts. We can vent our frustrations about the limitations of life or the mortality of life through the arts. And as well as the arts provide this fantastic escape from the stress of life, you know? I mean, as someone who's mainly been in comedy, I can't tell you how many times people have said, I went through this loss or that horror, or my house burned down, and then I saw that film you made, and it gave me a relief, a medical relief. So that's a great compliment. That's a great, important element. Society needs that.